Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good to see you again. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your willingness to serve. According to the 2016 NFIB survey of problems and priorities of small business owners they listed things like cost of health insurance, unreasonable regulations, federal taxes, tax complexity, economic uncertainty, and locating qualified employees as some of their top concerns. As a business owner, I know that you can identify with many of these concerns, and if you're confirmed, how will your experience play a role when determining if the SBA can alleviate some of the concerns of small business owners?
Thank you very much, Senator. Having walked in the shoes of small business owners, I understand how difficult it is when you are in a cash flow business and not a bricks and mortar business. It's very difficult to have access to capital and get loans when you really have no collateral against that except your own cash flow. So I know that there are a lot of startups that face those kinds of issues in getting capital. So I know how to talk to them a little bit about that. I know how to talk about their cash management, and this is what you need to do, and I advise all startup companies, once you start making a little profit and you can put it away, get a line of credit, because when you need it, you can't get it. And I think it's really important advice to small companies, but to manage your cash very, very carefully, because cash flow is really a great part of the success. And undercapitalization is one of the reasons that a lot of small companies fail. So having walked in those shoes, I absolutely understand that.
Absolutely. One of the things that you mentioned, the cash flow, and certainly looking for qualified local employees, I assume that you've had some success with local qualified employees like Triple H and The Rock and other folks, but I thought that was funny as well. I was looking for a way to throw in my WWE,
Good job.
I'm enamored with the concept. I grew up in the South, so we went and watched NWA and now WWE and WWF and the whole 9 yards, so that's just my plug. God bless you. He turned pretty red over there. I like that. He doesn't do that on TV. I do think that one of the challenges that small businesses face is how to align the jobs in the marketplace with the skills in the marketplace. I was a small business owner for 20 years or so, and I will tell you that attracting the right talent to the right market is a very difficult task. I think it's like 64% of new jobs are being created in small businesses. So the reality of it is, in places like Colorado, that they'll need one type of employee with a skill set that matches what's available in Colorado. In South Carolina, the #1 tourist destination in the world where you should come visit very soon, the reality of it is our tourism drives a lot of our entrepreneurship. How do we align the opportunities and access to jobs with those folks looking for those jobs in that marketplace?
Thank you, and maybe a little bit different twist on that as well. As I continued to say when I was campaigning. However, that was like a 4-year period when I really did learn a lot about what was going on in my state. And what I found out was that in many instances, there weren't as much a shortage of jobs as there were trained people for those jobs. And I think we have to refocus how we are looking at the jobs market. Sitting on the board of trustees at Sacred Heart, I took a look at some of the educational programs that we have and ask, are we reaching out to our corporations and our companies that are surrounding our university to understand what kind of shifts or changes do we need to make in order to fulfill that employment stream? And I think we're starting to be a little bit more successful in that, but we have a long ways to go. But that's one of the things that I've sort of really committed to just even before this, I was asked to do this. But I'd like to continue to make sure we are training our folks for the jobs that are there.
I have about 30 seconds left, Mr. Chairman. I just close with a comment. I hope that as our new head of the SBA, that you will look for ways to create synergy within government, perhaps our technical schools on the local level. It doesn't matter what level of government, that you'll look for ways to create that synergy that will provide really an alignment of those jobs and skills in the marketplace where those jobs are available. I think that's a great place for SBA perhaps to take a unique perspective on their mission and find ways to improve the outcome of the average person who starts in a very difficult place and finds entrepreneurship as a path forward. It would be wonderful for us to see that happen under your leadership.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Senator Scott. Chamber of Commerce.